Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, the mint plants you see here have been grown in two ways. One is in a standard 12-inch plastic pot, and the other is in a repurposed plastic container, specifically a small oil tin. I have been harvesting mint from both containers continuously for about 5 or 6 months now. Look at how lush, green, and healthy it is growing. Mint is very easy to plant. Once established, you can harvest it all year round with proper care. So today I'll show you how to grow organic mint for free. Make sure to watch the full video, and if you're new here, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future updates. I'll explain how to propagate mint from cuttings at no cost and what kind of soil mix to use. The mint plants you see here were also grown from cuttings. I used just a few cuttings to start them, and look how bushy and green they've become. I've been harvesting from them for months, and despite that continuous harvesting, they remain incredibly lush. You can even see flower spikes starting to appear now. While mint can be grown from seeds, that process is quite lengthy, and the germination rate isn't very high. It takes a lot of time and effort. That's why it's always best to grow mint from cuttings. Also, growing mint in a 10 to 12-inch pot works really well. Mint is perfect for growing at home, but if you don't have pots, you can use a waste plastic container instead. If you have any spare plastic box lying around, simply cut it properly and use it to grow mint. Mint doesn't require much space. You can grow it in even a small container, and the yield will be sufficient for your kitchen needs. Take a look at the mint I have grown in this waste plastic container. Look at this container. It's small, maybe 4 to 5 inches across, less than 10 centimeters, yet the mint has grown incredibly dense and lush. If you prepare the soil mix correctly, which I'll explain later, your mint will thrive and become very bushy. I simply used a spare container I had lying around, trimmed it down, and planted about 4 to 5 mint cuttings in it. Look how healthy and full it has become now. Mint doesn't require heavy fertilization. You can get a bountiful harvest with minimal fertilizer. Now let me show you how to grow mint from cuttings. First, you need to get some cuttings. If you don't already have a mint plant at home, you can easily buy mint from the vegetable market and use those stems as cuttings. Always remember to grow mint from cuttings. Growing it from seeds is extremely difficult and time-consuming, whereas cuttings grow very easily and quickly, allowing you to start harvesting within just a few days. Watch how I am selecting the cuttings here. You should do the same. Make sure to choose stems that are slightly thicker so they take root successfully. Notice the specific stems I am using. I am picking the ones with a bit more thickness, and you should do the same to ensure the cuttings take hold properly. If you use the wrong type, the stem might rot from the top and proper development won't occur. So be mindful to use suitable cuttings. Also, whenever you select cuttings, choose longer ones. Ideally those with at least 4 to 6 nodes. Using such cuttings increases the chances of successful rooting and growth. Essentially, the cutting should have a minimum of 4 or 5 nodes. I have now prepared all the mint cuttings. As you can see, they have a good thickness. I haven't used thin or weak stems. They are all quite sturdy. Now I will transplant them. Before planting the cuttings, remember to remove the lower leaves from the stem. Strip away the leaves from at least the bottom 4 or 5 nodes to ensure better development. You can actually remove all the leaves except for the top 2 or 3. Leave just those few at the top for photosynthesis. As you can see here, I have removed all the leaves from the cuttings. I have removed all the leaves except for the top 2 or 3. The cuttings are now ready for transplanting, and I will plant them in the soil. Look at the condition of these cuttings. You should use a similar method to ensure a high success rate. Now let me explain the ideal soil mix for growing them. First, choose any container, a flower pot, a waste plastic container, or anything else you have available. For the soil mix, use a ratio of roughly 1/3 each of compost, sand, and garden soil, 33% of each. Sand is a key ingredient here because it has low water holding capacity, which is exactly what mint needs. If the soil mix retains too much water, causing waterlogging, the cuttings will rot and fail to grow properly. However, using sand ensures excellent drainage. Water won't stagnate but will drain away completely, allowing the cuttings to thrive. If you don't have sand, you can use an alternative, but the goal is to keep the soil mix light and airy. The lighter the soil, the better the mint will grow. Heavy soil might allow it to grow, but it won't be as lush, dense, or healthy, as mint requires a loose, lightweight medium for optimal development. As you can see, I have mixed everything thoroughly. Now I am preparing the pot with this soil mixture. The soil mix must not be compact. If you want mint to grow well and thrive in the long term, ensure the mixture is very light and loose, with low water holding capacity, meaning it should retain some moisture but not become waterlogged. When planting the cutting, make sure at least 3 or 4 nodes are buried beneath the soil surface. Simply dig a small hole and insert the cutting as I am doing here. Burying several nodes increases the chances of root development and successful growth compared to burying just 1 or 2. So, keep in mind that at least 3 or 4 nodes should be placed inside the soil. So, I have planted all the cuttings in this pot. Now I will water them. You need to ensure that when you first plant the cuttings in the soil, you water them thoroughly to encourage root growth. After watering, keep the pot in a semi-shaded area for at least 4 to 5 days. A spot that receives only soft, filtered light or very mild sunlight. Once the cuttings have settled well into the soil, you can move the plant from the semi-shaded area into direct sunlight. Remember, do not expose it to direct sun for those initial 4 to 5 days. Wait until that period has passed. After a few days, the cuttings will take root, and about 15 to 20 days after planting, you can start harvesting. The more you pinch the mint tips, the healthier and bushier the plant will become. Regular harvesting and pinching encourage new stem growth, resulting in a lush, healthy mint plant. As you can see, growing mint from cuttings is a very simple and easy process. You can try this method too. While you could grow it from seeds, that process takes a long time, as I mentioned. Growing from cuttings allows you to start harvesting much sooner. Look at these cuttings I planted. The stems have grown quite long, and I harvest from them continuously. You can grow mint in any container you have lying around. If you don't have a proper flower pot, simply use a waste plastic container. You don't need much space to grow mint. If you are already growing other vegetables, you can simply plant mint in any empty spaces between them. It is an incredibly easy plant to grow. It doesn't require heavy fertilization either. If you are growing it organically, simply adding a handful of vermicompost or cow dung manure once every 15 to 30 days, followed by watering, is sufficient. Mint primarily needs nitrogen, which these organic fertilizers provide. You can easily grow mint from cuttings just as I do. It is a very simple process. Just remember to use multiple cuttings, at least 10 to 12, so that even if a few fail to take root, you will still have 5 or 6 successful plants. If you are a beginner, using more cuttings increases your chances of success. Also, remember to pinch back the tips occasionally to keep the plant bushy. You can grow it in any container you have available. Even a small box works perfectly well, and it will grow lush and healthy. I hope you found this video helpful. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.